Hello, welcome. I'm here today to talk about Anna and the French Kiss. It's a book written by Stephanie Perkins, published in the year 2010, and it's a contemporary romance about this girl named Anna who goes to a boarding school in Paris for American students, and she falls in love with this guy there. I didn't like it. I was really excited for this book because I heard a lot of good things about it. I did see like a couple of bad reviews, but I thought I do like romance and I like contemporary teenage YA romance stuff. So I thought I was gonna like it, but I didn't like it. Before I start talking about the things I didn't like about this book, I want to talk about the things I did like about it, which is the city of Paris. That's where it's set. I love Paris. I think it's a very interesting city. I went there once. I would love to go back. I would maybe live there in the future. I don't know. Seems like a fun time. That's it. That's all I liked about this book. The things I didn't like are, to boil it down, the writing style, first of all, was like a big turnoff for me because it was very kind of rambly, and I found it really annoying. I found it really hard to get through the whole book when it was kind of written like that. I found Anna's character really annoying. I thought she was really stupid and ignorant, and she kind of had that adorkable vibe that was cool back in 2010, but I never found it cool back then, and I still don't find it cool, and I just thought it was she was just a trope, and not any good ones at that. I thought the plot was not there. There was no plot. The plot was just oh, she likes this guy. Oh, that was really boring to me. It also felt like there was a lot of filler because I didn't really think there was a plot, so it just felt like I was going from one filler scene to another filler scene to another filler scene for the whole book, and then there's a third act twist that's really bad, and yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get into spoilers now, so if you want to read this book, then don't watch this because this is gonna be a majorly spoiler review, rant, whatever. Okay, the first thing is that Anna is genuinely, I think, the most annoying main character I have ever encountered in my life. She just talks and talks, and I have to hear her internal monologue, just her going on and on about anything, just a topic, and she just keeps saying things about it, and I don't care about her because her character is she's annoying and she's stupid. I cannot think of any other character traits for her apart from maybe she's an angel, which kind of seems like what Stephanie Perkins wants us to think about her. She's just okay. Her character archetype is or trope or whatever is just an ignorant American girl. That's what she represents, and I find that so annoying in real life. So why would I like it in a book? And I didn't. She grew up in Atlanta. She doesn't know what a panini is, and Atlanta's a city, right? They don't have paninis in the entire city. Wait, Atlanta, what's the population of, hold on, a population of 486,000 people, and they apparently just don't have paninis there. She eats a panini one time and she's oh my god, why don't we have these in Atlanta? I'm you don't have paninis in Atlanta? All of Atlanta? The entire city of Atlanta? What? Girl, that's insane. She is a film buff. She wants to study film in what do you call it, college, yeah, and she knows nothing about like Paris's like film history, which I find so funny and also really bad. Like, it's just like, I find it funny, but also she's just so stupid. She's surprised. She gets to Paris and she's like, oh no, I can't watch American movies here because she's just dumb. And then she like finds out, like she makes these friends and they're like, and she's like, oh, I'm upset about not being able to watch American movies here. And they're like, Anna, we have cinemas in Paris. And she's like shook. She's like, you have what? She's so stupid. And also, this is 2010, like the internet exists. If you want to watch a movie in 2010, you can just watch it on the internet. Like, girl, it's not that deep. So she's like really upset about having to live in France. Her dad is like forcing her to like go to this fancy school in Paris, and she's like, oh no, I have to go to fancy school in a city that everyone wants to visit. Woe is me, like I have the worst life. She gets to Paris. She doesn't want to learn French, and she's upset about not knowing French in France. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know the language here, and then she doesn't even want to learn it. And I'm like, girl, you live here now, like either learn it or just deal with not knowing it. Like like, what do you want? And so anyway, she doesn't want to learn anything about Paris. And she also, like, initially, I feel like anyone going to a new place to like live there would feel kind of like a tourist, because you're not used to it, you're not used to like living there, you're not used to the vibe, but she's been there for like half a year and she's still like, oh, there's like Marie Antoinette, she doesn't know what Notre Dame is or something. Like, she's just so dumb. Like, she doesn't know anything. She's like one of those Instagram like travel bloggers, except she doesn't know what anything is at all at any point where she's going. Like, she goes to Paris, she doesn't know what's happening at all. Like, it's like that. Like, she's like really exotifying it, but at the same time she doesn't know what's going on. She attends an American school and she cannot order lunch because she like doesn't think that any like the chef there will like speak English, even though it's an American school for like American citizens in Paris. Like, yes, you are in Paris, but like the school is for Americans. Like, you really think no one there speaks English? Also, like, people in France speak English. Like, I've been to France before. I've spoken English in France. Like, this is a fact. It's just really weird. Also, okay, the boy she likes is this guy called Etienne St. Clair, who I'm gonna get to later because I also hate him. But she's just like, the whole time it starts off with them meeting and I was instantly like, oh, it's him. It's like, that's the guy, that's the love interest. Like, I can already like tell. And Anna had like a fling with this guy called Toph from back home, and like she genuinely, like, she and Etienne are like sleeping in the same bed and holding hands, walking around Paris like boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's genuinely like, no, I like Toph, because she has no brain cells. I think that's, before I get too worked up, because I have things to do, I'm going to move on to Etienne, who I don't care about because he's a terrible person. He's dating this girl called Ellie when he meets Anna, and he holds hands with Anna, he sleeps in her bed, he calls her beautiful, he like takes her out on the town, and at the end he's like, I cheated on her every day. In my mind, I thought of you in ways I shouldn't have. Again and again. She was nothing compared to you. I've never felt this way about anyone before. And it's like, God, Etienne, like, you're such a terrible person. You're cheating on your girlfriend. You know you don't like your girlfriend anymore, and you like this other girl. Why don't you just say that to her? Why don't you just, like, be like, hey, Ellie, I actually like Anna now. So, like, sorry. I'm gonna break up with you so I can be with Anna because I like her more. Just say that. Like, he's so stupid. Is at one point he's like, I said you were beautiful, I slept in your bed, and Anna's like, you never made a move, you had a girlfriend, because she's really stupid and she doesn't understand what, like, that it's not even like flirting at that point. It's like you're basically acting like you're in a relationship, but you're not in a relationship. And he's like, no matter what a terrible boyfriend I was, I wouldn't actually cheat on her. But I thought you'd know. With me being there, I thought you'd know. And it's like, Etienne, you are cheating on her. Like, you are being with another girl, and you also don't have feelings for your girlfriend anymore, and you also like this other girl that you're being with. Like, that's cheating. Like, at least emotionally you're cheating, and then also you're physically, like, not spending time with your girlfriend. Spending time with this other girl who's not your girlfriend, romantically. Like, okay. And also, like, Etienne does not have a personality. Like, he cheats on his girlfriend, and then he's like exotic. He's American, but he has a British accent, and he has a French name. His name's Etienne St. Clair. That's a French name, but he's American and he has a British accent. Like, he's just like exotic. It's like the author had like a very specific fantasy of what kind of boy she liked, and then she made him a character, and he's just like sarcastic and wish fulfillment, and he cheats on his girlfriend. Like, those are the things that Stephanie Perkins wants to see in a guy. And like, just like their whole romance, because none of them have personality. Like, Etienne is sarcastic, and Anna is stupid, and Etienne cheats on his girlfriend, and Anna is stupid and sarcastic, and then they're just like together, and like, okay, they like each other, but like, there's nothing interesting there. Like, I don't feel for a lot of the time when I read romance, it's like you can feel like the passion between the two people who are in the relationship, or you can feel like butterflies. Like, I read Love, Simon, and I was like, oh, like they're so cute, they like each other so much, because I read what Simon was feeling, and I was like, I feel that, like, you know, you really like this guy, but here it's just like, and it's like, I like Toph, and Etienne's like, I'm gonna cheat on my girlfriend, and there's no plot there to like distract you from the glaring holes in their relationship, so it's just like terrible. There's this big third act twist. There's like a twist before that. There's like a second act, or maybe end of the second act, something like that, twist, where Anna's like best friend from back home is actually going out with Toph, who's like the guy that she likes, and Anna is like really mad at her for not saying anything. I'm like, yeah, like, she should have said something, but also Anna's like shook that they're going out, and it's like, Anna, what did you think? You live across the goddamn ocean. Like, Toph isn't gonna wait for you to come back across the ocean in a year. Like, they like each other, so don't be like that. And Anna's like heartbroken about that, and then she does the same thing to Ellie. Like, wow, you're a terrible person. Also, then like the third act twist is Anna has this friend Meredith in in the school, which is also, the school is called the School of America, which sounds like a cult name. I just want to put that out there. Anna has this friend called Meredith, and Meredith is like in love with Etienne. Like, she really likes him. Anna like has noticed that before, and she's like, oh, Meredith likes Etienne, and it's like, yeah, like, obvious, but okay, like, continue. And then Meredith like finds Anna and Etienne kissing, and she's like really upset. I'm like, what did you think was gonna happen? You didn't say anything to Anna. Meredith never says anything to Anna about it. Meredith never says anything to Etienne about it. And it's just like, Meredith, what did you expect? Like, genuinely, what did you expect? No other, like, there's no other thing here that could happen in this situation. It's just like you can tell from like a mile off that Anna and Etienne like each other, and then Meredith doesn't do anything about it. She doesn't tell Etienne, she doesn't flirt with Etienne, she doesn't tell Anna, and Anna is like feeling really bad. I'm like, this is like actually the one time that you didn't do anything wrong. So like, yeah, that was just really stupid. Also, Stephanie Perkins has some kind of weird like kink or something. At one point when Anna is kissing Etienne, she writes the phrase, "My veins are throbbing," which is not something I want to read during like a cute romantic kissing scene. Like, I was like finally like, oh, it's a kiss, and I was like, okay, let's just pretend that there's like actual characters here that are good. And I was like, huh, yeah, like cute kissing, they like each other. And then she's like, my veins are throbbing, and I'm like, oh my god, don't say things like that, that's so disgusting. Like, why did you say that? It just like completely took me out of the whole like thing. I just like, I had to pause the book and be like, oh god, like, oh. And I spent like 5 minutes sitting there being like, ew, disgusting. So that was just really, really like, ugh. At a later point, Etienne is like stroking the insides of her wrist, and I'm like, is that sexy? Like, is that cute, romantic, sexy? That's just like, that's so weirdly specific. I'm suddenly not into this anymore. Like, I don't want them to kiss anymore. I don't want him to stroke her wrist. Like, that's so weird. It's so specific that I'm alarmed that it's happening. And yeah, like, that was just really weird for me. There are a lot more examples, but I didn't want to like go through the book again. So, and I didn't take notes like while I was reading. I did all my notes after because I was like on the plane and stuff, and I didn't want to write anything. So yeah, those are my thoughts about Anna and the French kiss. And yeah, yes, I hate her and I hate this book, and I will definitely not be reading anything else by Stephanie Perkins, like, ever. Yes, thank you for coming. Bye.